You guys remember this? I caught this for you guys. I told you I was drawn to take the picture through my window, and this is what I found. And then the next day I was drawn again to the window. You guys will see it way back in the, I made a whole video of it because the last thing that I saw will blow your mind. Yeah, my screen is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It may be a little bit smaller, but I don't care because it's weird, okay? So anywho, you see the next day, this is what happened. I was drawn to do this, and it's like, it looked like 3, but then if I look at it clearer, it'll look like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know, of these, okay? So, yeah, so the next day I was drawn to more of these, okay? Which I choose to say are spirits. So a lot of spirits are really, they did something this particular time, man, I'm telling you. And a lot of you guys, look way back at my videos, you'll see the whole entire video. And this is before they started really harming my channel relentlessly because, and then this is when somebody else came up with a name, and how they say the one from India, the one person, is interesting that they have my same name, because people used to make that joke and say, oh, well, if you get scammed, it's that one guy in India or some crazy stuff they say sitting behind the desk. Well, I have 2 people with the same name, you know, that has channels as mine. And so a lot of my subscribers that I met out in the field, I hope they are never confused by this. However, I see that they have been harming my channel over the years, and now we're learning about all of this other stuff that's coming to light, which I was, you know, always telling you guys something of the sort, okay, which I'm trying to post right now, because I'm gonna let y'all see in every which way, you know, something brief though. But this is my channel, and this is how it was before anything. You see how it went from the 2s to the 1s, and then if I go back to my other information that I have, you'll see actually more. But nevertheless, it's neither here nor there, but this is what's happening now.
Governments have to protect you, whether that's local, state, maybe even federal. Y'all see ILO Convention number 169. Self-identification as indigenous or tribal shall be regarded as a fundamental criterion. All right, so it is a criteria to correct your status. Look at Article 2. Governments must develop coordinated and systematic actions to protect the rights of these people and to guarantee respect for their integrity. Y'all screaming y'all tired of people bothering y'all, messing with y'all, saying y'all not indigenous. Let's go even deeper. All right. Article 13 through 16. Recognize special relationship to land and territories. Require identification, protection. My laptop shut off, but anyways, look, they even talk about reparations. If y'all have removal without free and conformed consent, all of y'all who say that your land was taken, they have to ensure return and compensation where relocation occurs. So, y'all see ILO Convention number 169.
Oh, how long you been doing poetry? I said many years, more than 20. But when I caught her expression, my smile started to fade. She said, more than 2 decades and you still performing around the way? I at least thought you'd been on Broadway or a national stage. My nostrils fled. I shifted in my seat. I adjusted my glasses. I said, what you say to me? She said, I'm just saying, more than 20 years should probably bring you fame. I said, well, the fact that I'm still in demand leaves me amazed. I'm grateful. I looked at sis again. There was no scales, no sharp talons, but it was a little smoke on her tongue. She was hateful. She said, how old are you? I took a long look around the room. I was hinting at sis to go on and move. I was trying not to be rude. I said, I'm in my early 40s. She said, true. I don't see no ring. I said, no, baby girl, not yet. She said, oh, so you ain't meet nobody who wanted to take you off the market? I said, well, of the few men that I dated, there was one I thought I would be with for life, but it didn't work out that way. She said, another independent woman who can't find her Mr. Right. I said, sis, you want to fight? But she laughed at my offense. Instead of falling back, she leaned in. She said, you sitting here like you ain't got no friends. At least tell me you got some kids. I said, I don't have no time for this. My life is beautiful the way that it is. She said, oh, you one of them. I said, one of who, friend? She said, you the type to meet a grim reality with toxic positivity. You sitting there like you never wanted to be mommy or wifey. I said, you're talking to a woman who has a radical acceptance for whatever God has for me. I said, honestly, I'm at peace. And I remembered I didn't even have to be in this woman's vicinity. I started to gather my things up quickly. I said, for the record, I didn't enjoy your company. But since you forced yourself upon me, the least you can do is tell me your name. Sis gonna say same. I said, same as what, girl? Stop playing. She said, same as the woman that I'm talking to, boo. She said, sis, I'm you. I'm the dark corners of your brain. I give voice to what your subconscious be saying. She said, you met a lot of hurt people who wanted you to feel the same. You used to ignore it, but now in the quiet corners of your day, you start to regurgitate all of the negative things they used to throw your way. And she said, look around, sis, I'm not even here. But I'm glad that you can hear your inner thoughts really are that rude. You need to get to therapy and get them people's opinions up off of you. Because I know your life is beautiful, but the question is, do you? She said, right now, you sounding like your own biggest hater. And I wanted you to know that until you let their opinions go, you are the only dragon that needs slaying. Thank y'all.
I told you niggas Hitler was a made-up character. Why? Because these corporations who made these goddamn GMO humans, when the world said they couldn't make them no more and sell them like that, they had to get rid of the product. So what do big corporations do when they got an overabundance of product? They haul off the cost. By doing what? Dumping the product. Okay, they made all these goddamn GMO humans, all this goddamn product that was crazy as hell in mental asylums. These bitches were crazy. They made them 1 year old in an hour. They had mental asylums, prisons, and A63 after the World Fair. That's why the first black massacre is in New York, because that's when they turned them loose. They had already put them on orphan trains from 854 to 929. We're from 854 to 863, we helped them. But in 863, them bitches mobbed us out. That's y'all question. Me, Dr. King, I was born 929. You seen what happened? Look at what happened. Now, 863 was the first black massacre. Now, what did they say did all this? Mobs of white men. Every last one. Look. Every last one. Every last one. Mobs of white men. Well, where did these mobs of white men come from? If they was around, why they ain't tear it up before that? Because they wasn't around. They were made through scientific advancements in the scientific world. Test tube babies, Cabbage Patch Kids, incubator babies that have been incubated 1 year.
Come home, all of my divine loves and my divine lovettes. I love you guys from the door to the floor. You hear me? Need I ever say more? Come right on in, you guys. You know you are right at home. All right? establishments on your left, coffee on your right, water fountains and restrooms in the back. Put your feet up, because on this channel, we do not lack. We only stack. Some of us may pack, but however, you know what I'm saying? The bottom line is, this message cannot be delaying, okay? Who is this nutty, by nature, couple stalking you? Who is it? Who is it? That make me shout out to whoever that was that I did a show with. I mean, several people that I did shows with, but it was an upcoming artist. It was called Who. It was a little kid, believe it or not. I think he was a little kid, and he called himself Who, and he had a little song say, "Who's in the house? Who's in the house?" And it was jamming. He was like that, okay? He had some skills. But the bottom line is, who's in the house? Who is this nutty, by nature, and I do mean by nature, couple? All right. Well, this couple is a couple that is very harmful to the social media industry. They have unhealthy, addictive attachments type of syndromes. This couple, they only came together by way of trauma bond, and I do mean trauma bond, disgusting trauma bonds. Okay, yeah. They act one way in the public eye, but behind scenes, oh my goodness, they are not fly. All right, behind scenes, they are, I don't know, running amok. Okay, no one actually sees who they really are right now. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, and it's going to shock everybody once they do find out that all they're about, okay? This couple, all they're about is basically clickbait, okay? Clickbait is their fate, and what they have been doing is stalking and harassing you. I don't know if they, live in your area, things of that nature. Some of you guys, they actually do. Okay, this is another level of that narc bufubu, okay? Where they'll try anything on any given day. Yeah, so again, this is an influencer couple, okay? Their influence status is already towards the roof. That's why, I don't know why they do what they do. They have been harassing you. They have been found out. You know how they say mess around and find out? They found out that your social media status is unbreakable, sweetheart. Unbreakable, unshakable, okay? Unmistakably real, all right? Because this is beyond a side hustle for you. This is what your soul told you to do. A lot of you guys, this is what your soul directed you to do, okay? Yeah. So it's more than a side hustle, toxic type of taboo, what they do, okay? Because for this couple, it's their side hustle. It's their side hustle, all right? It's their side hustle. And I'm not going to say, greedy, because I don't know what their status is, but they're very toxic. That's all I can say. And they hide behind a mask of clickbait that I started out on this week. That's what they hide behind, a whole mask of clickbait, and their clickbait is always exaggerating and promising you something that they never deliver. It's never what it actually seems, okay? So a lot of you guys are going to be really shockingly surprised that they survived social media along the whole time this way, okay? And their status, again, is up to the roof. Now, like I said, they've been haunting, daunting, discriminating, shadow banning, and whatever anyway, a business shouldn't operate like this, but they do. They take a complaint, and no matter whether it's credible, or whether it even validates you guys, okay, they have to, whatever, do what they do. But the bottom line is, this is the way it's been for a while. But now, since other hands are on the actual U.S. soil, you know what I mean? It will not spoil. So we have actual U.S. hands on U.S. soil now, so it shall not spoil. All right? Yeah. That's what I'm getting. So that's the message I'm getting. So a lot of you guys know that the U.S. is handling everything now as far as social media. They got their hands all in the pots. All right? That's why, the energy is sizzling hot. Just to let you guys know. And what I'm saying is, that it's almost like this, okay? The actual creators, when it comes from the actual creator, it's going to be more hot. So, all right, they're not, okay? When it comes from the third party, the fifth party, this way, it's got to be something that's really going to hype it up in some type of way. That's why they say don't believe the hype. So the bottom line is, they messed around and found out that you are unbreakable. No matter how they mess with your social media status, no matter how much they mess with your views, okay, because they scale back your views, they scale back your subscriber numbers, and it's not even so. And believe it or not, you were their side hustle, all right? And that's how they move below. You know how they say dark web? Well, these people are dark ebb. Okay, you know how you go ebb and flow? They are dark ebb and, whatever. The bottom line is this. That flow is a no-go, because a lot of, I don't know, they're losing a lot of social media credibility at this time. They figured in their delusional mind, they felt like if they knock out some competition, that they can live happily ever after, fake flexing and clickbaiting and keeping people waiting for something that's a promise street, okay? Well, guess what? That ideology may have sustained their brain, but I'm going to tell you guys, it cannot maintain, all right, fortune and fame, okay? Let's put it out there in that type of way. So you may see these people on social media right now holding up money and fake flexing and, you know what I'm saying, announcing or around luxurious spots or something like that. It's crazy how people actually pretend like they're building a house for themselves. I'm just giving an example. I'm just throwing this out there. It doesn't have to be doesn't have to go specifically, but the higher realms is showing me also to share this with you guys, that you got, people who do certain things, and that's okay, because, movies start that way and stuff like that, and, but these people are really living in a delusional box. Sometimes, people got to come out this box in order for their reality to really be, what it really is, okay? Well, because these people have found a way to make their delusion a biz, they are really lost in what is not the is, all right? So, and I want to say gee whiz, because that's what I'm hearing. So you got some people that you may click on something, and you might see see some people say, oh, we're actually building a house today, and they may have paid the construction workers to use that place for like 10 minutes to shoot the video. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, if, the construction workers are who they are and what they are now, they're going to take that side money and be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and make that. You know what I'm saying? Had they come upon the right ones, they'd be like, no, not this site or something like that. I don't know. But the bottom line is they didn't turn down the money. All right. And they knew they would generate their views to be in a place looking like they really are doing some progress. They may come back the whole time that the construction is being done and paying them every other week to use that spot for 10-15 minutes to make a video. I'm just saying, you guys, I'm just talking what it is, okay? That's what the higher realm is telling me. This is the message that I received on this beautiful, glorious day of 30 in every way. So that's 10-30. All right. October the 30th. All right. Higher realms gave it to me a few moments ago, and I don't know the time. Anyway, the time, I'm not even going to look at the time right now, but I'm not going to do that right now. But the bottom line is, matter of fact, the higher realms is telling me, because I got to always do that. Okay, let's see what the time is right this moment. 6:18, okay? So that equals 15, right? So that is also 4. So it's 6:18 right now. This is about this. So I'm going to read this through the numbers as well and say that you are the influencer that they see, that your platform is what it is to be. It is not supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, ferocious to the core, and need I say anymore. So the bottom line is they see your platform for, the growing prosperous energy that it is, okay? They see you guys are handling your biz. And what makes it so bad is a lot of you guys are not in couple status. A lot of you guys are solo, okay? They see you guys riding solo, okay? And quite frankly, I'm gonna be honest. Some of you guys, you may have been a couple, but they influenced you guys to break up in some kind of type of way that had to do with social media. And I could say that, clearly, because that's the message I'm getting from the higher realm. So, you guys could have broken up, or separated because of some type of whatever it was. It has something direct or with social media, regardless, okay? So the bottom line is a lot of you guys end up doing this solo. And if you're still with your person, it doesn't matter. It's because, it matters, and that's a beautiful thing. But the bottom line is, it's like, okay, you are a solo influencer in that way. So that's what bothers them, okay? I can't make it up. And they know that the higher realms has given you an abundant level of creativity. That's what the 618 is about. So it means that you will persevere all by yourself, being abundant, and so as it's done above, it shall be done down below. They don't even know that they know. That's why I say they know not what they do. They don't have a clue of you. You know what I'm saying? It's a before you that they better wake up. And it's an after you where they will find out. So the bottom line is the before and after. You're right here in that medium, which we all are. The bottom line is, the higher realm is not far. Okay? Just put it that way. So you guys are not just local influencers. That's what pissed, situations off. It really perturbs me. Okay? Let me say that what it to be. Because not only are you this dimensional type of influencer, you guys are multi-dimensional spiritual and influencers, okay? So that's why these people are operating out of that toxic energy in every way. Because They're toxic. That's what they're comfortable in. They're comfortable in their toxic bi couple, okay, and in their side toxic hustle. And they figure if they get rid of people like yourself, that they can share and well not share, have all of the wealth, okay. And it's crazy because some of you guys don't even ask for donations or take finances in any way. So that part. So bottom line is this nutty by nature couple is definitely still stalking you because they figure like if they can ghost you, then their side hustle using ultimate clickbait will allow them to fake flex their way through the roof of influencer status. However, they messed around and found out that your status of influence is multidimensional and you are unbreakable. And this is not a side hustle for you. This is simply what the higher realms program you to do. I felt like doing that. Okay, you guys. This is where we must part ways. If life lasts and death pass, you will see me again. Until then, parlay, peace be unto you and within one.